you can do 3 or 4 days. And then what, wait a couple months and then.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yes, no, that was never. Oh, you know what? That might have been time. Yeah. Their hips, when they were. Yeah, but their hips were like the place when they were born. I remember, and they broke her ankle. Some of it is a picture of. Persevere and yeah.
Hey, Tom,
Hey, good evening.
how you doing?
All right.
Send you that.
You guys.
All right. Looks like it's post time. Might as well get started here. How's everybody doing?
Great.
Beautiful.
Good.
All right. Another friendly reminder. Yeah. For the second fireman, if you have not submitted your application, you should get to it. Again, it has to be on their desk by November 25th. Gives you about 2 weeks to get it done, get it submitted. So any questions or any problems with that?
Do they send you a mail or do they email you with the confirmation that they got it?
They send the confirmation by snail mail.
Okay,
You should get that around December 10th, telling you that you're in. A lot of people like to watch and see when they cash the check. That usually is a good indication that you're in. But you'll get your official notification 2 weeks before the test. So it shouldn't come as a surprise to you. It will be December 28th. They'll tell you to report at 8:30 a.m. Test starts at 9. Blah, blah, blah. Same form letter that everybody gets. They'll tell you to bring 2 number 2 pencils with you. But all the information you need will be on that letter. Which brings us up, any questions or any problems with that whole procedure? All right. Right now, we're officially halfway done for the second fireman. This is our 12th class. Well, tonight we're going to go over homework 5. We covered safety valves, soot blowers, and steam traps last week. And then we'll review the midterm. I'll send that out tonight. You're expected to use class time on Wednesday to take the midterm, 50 multiple choice questions. And you should get it back to me no later than Friday. Any questions on that whole procedure?
Is it basically the same rules as what we did with the first quiz, from what I gather? Okay,
Yep.
thank you.
Yep. Exactly the same format, same rules.
Hello?
Only now, all the tests you get now will be 50 multiple choice questions, just like the state exam. So you'll be able to gauge how long it takes you and kind of prepare you for the format that you'll see.
Hey, Tom, can you hear me?
Yep.
Who does the check get made out to?
The check gets made out to the Department of Fire Services. Or some people just make it out to the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. You could probably make it out to anybody, they'll cash it. But yeah, Department of Fire Services, and the address to send it to is, right on the top of the application.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, no rush. You still have 2 weeks, but I don't want any of the second firemen to miss the deadline. That December 28th is optimum. We won't be quite done here, but everything will be fresh in your mind.
Yeah,
So yeah, that'll be the best time for you to do it. Once you get out of here for a month or so, then you tend to not to study, keep your mind in the game. At least this
So-
way, you come in here twice a week and listen to me drabble on. So
How is the test? Is there a set day or are they gonna call us for a date and time?
now the date is already set. It's December 28th. It's going to be at 9 a.m. They'll tell you to report at 8:30. All right. And they'll have some type of check-in procedure. Probably about 20 of, quarter of, they'll start having you get in line, check yourself in. Keep in mind that there might be 100 people there taking the test. There's oil burner techs that are also in that group, engineers, not just second firemen will be taking the test that day. So
And what's the address again?
it's one state road. Let me call up the front page of the application here. Let me it's right at the top there. Department of Fire Services Boiler and Pressure Vessel Program, One State Road, Stowe, Mass. 01775 -1025.
And Tom, not
Yep.
to have you repeat yourself, because we did sign on a minute late. Did you say they would contact us?
Yep.
They got our
Contact you by mail. Whatever address the application come from, that's where they'll send the letter.
Okay,
Telling you when to report. They send that out 2 weeks before the test.
all right, thank
But
you.
again, a lot of people write a check and they see when they cash their check, that gives them a pretty good indication that they're in.
Awesome.
Don't plan on any other trips on December 28th. Don't leave for the Bahamas that day or. But yeah, you might as well. You've been sitting here for 6 weeks. You got 6 more weeks to go. And get her done, get the license, get on with it, as they say. Besides, we need a ton of people in the business right now. So good time to go out and get a job. First of the year. Get out of that laundromat.
In due time, Tom, in due time.
So why don't we go ahead and just go over that homework 5, make sure everybody's on board with that. Then we'll go ahead and review the midterm. Again, as usual, I'll be here on Wednesday for about an hour if anybody has any problems or questions. But other than that, you're expected to use class time on Wednesday to take the midterm. All right, we'll change directions. We'll start at the bottom. Ed Brazel, how about homework question number 1?
Second, got it open right here.
What's that?
No, I had it open, it just, it closed for a sec. All right, okay, question number 1. What is the most important valves on the boiler? That will be the safety valves.
Very good. The safety valve or safety valves. Helpful tip. They ask that question on every second fireman's test. Please don't get that one wrong. All right. Ayabel, question number 2.
What is the safety valve test lever used for? Is to test or lift the safety valve?
Yep. Manually test, or the expression they use is lift the safety valve. Very good. Jonathan, how about question 3?
What type of valve is used between the boiler and the safety valve? None.
Excellent. Absolutely no valve can be used between the boiler and the safety valve. No intervening valves. Jason Pepper, number 4.
How often should safety valves be tested? I put monthly.
Yep, monthly works for me. Every 30 days is how it might be worded on the test, but every month works for me. All right. Stephen, how about question 5?
Who can make adjustment, repair to safety valve? The manufacturer or authorized representative?
Excellent. The manufacturer or his authorized representative. They're going to try some version of that question on every test. Can the plant manager adjust the safety valve? Can the maintenance manager adjust the safety valve? You know, they're going to try to get you to buy into anybody in authority doing it. And only the manufacturer or his authorized representative. Michael, number 6.
Yeah.
What is the lowest set safety valve on a boiler? I mean, I guess I wasn't understanding what the question was, like the lowest setting on the safety valve. Is that what they were asking?
Actually, what they're looking for is a kind of a general rule of thumb. Which
So
one
where
will
it's actually
lift
sitting
first?
on the boiler?
What's that?
Where it's sitting on the boiler?
No. They're looking for the superheater safety valve.
Oh,
All right.
yeah.
That one will lift before the drum safeties. So that's
Okay.
generally considered to be the lowest set safety valve on the boiler.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely did not have that.
Yep, a lot of people misunderstand that question, so.
Okay.
All right. All right, Mike Johnson, how about number 7?
Oh, that was me. I guess we screwed up which
Oh.
Michael we were.
Okay, how about Michael McKetcher in that, number 7?
What is a safety valve gag used for? Now, because I didn't know if there was a difference, I put the test gags I use to hold the safety valve closed while equipment is subjected to a hydrostatic test.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's very good. That's exactly what they're looking for. I put, my answer was a safety valve gag is used to prevent the safety valves from lifting during a hydrostatic test.
Awesome.
But you said that in a nutshell. All right.
Oh, I didn't put
All right. Tom Hunter, how about number 8?
what is a blind flange? I said a blind flange is a cover use when a safety valve is removed for repair.
Excellent. That's exactly right. Hey, we're batting 1,000 here. All right, number 9, Jeff.
How does a relief valve work? It continues to open as the pressure increases.
Excellent. It opens gradually as the pressure increases. Exactly right. Martin, how about number 10?
Number 10, what pressure should safety valves be manually opened? Safety valves should be manually opened at 75% of the blowing pressure rating, as they are designed at that pressure to lift easier off the seat.
Excellent, excellent. 75% of working pressure is what I was looking for. That's good. Alexander, how about number 11?
Ash deposits on boiler surfaces has what effect on boiler efficiency? It decreases the efficiency of the boiler.
Excellent, excellent. It lowers boiler efficiency or decreases it. Beautiful. Jesse Costa, number 12.
When can an operator adjust the safety valve? Never?
Never. Excellent, excellent. So just a couple of examples, or they'll try to get you to buy into anybody else
But
adjusting the safety
the
valve.
manufacturer is the only one, right?
What's that?
The manufacturer is the only one.
The manufacturer or his authorized representative. Very good. All right. How about Deverton, number 13?
What does a steam trap do? It removes non-condensable gases and water from the steam.
Yeah, from steam lines without the loss of steam. I'll buy that. Charles, number 14.
How would you know a steam trap isn't working? Let me see. Can check the temperature on both sides of the trap. See if the process that the steam is going to is not working correctly. Or check if steam has got into the condensing line, things like that, troubleshoot it kind of.
Okay. Okay, I buy all those. In fact, I said no heat to the process, which you said. Lower no delta T across the trap. That's the temperature differential. High temperature condensate returns, which you mentioned. All good reasons. You could have water hammer. You might have no condensate returns. All right. All things to suspect that the steam trap might be a suspect. Good. All right, we got one more. We'll give it to Danny Branco. See if we can ace this whole homework. Number 15, Danny.
Name 4 types of steam traps. I have inverted bucket, float and thermostatic, thermodynamic, and impulse trap.
Okay, that works for me. That works for me. Everybody good?
Hey Tom, if you have can you use F&T and thermostatic as 2 separate traps?
Absolutely. They are 2 different types of traps. Even though the F&T has a thermostat on it, it's not a thermostatic trap. So yes, absolutely.
Perfect.
Very good. I think that's the first time this year that we aced the homework. I guess I'm the only one excited about that, but doesn't take me much to get excited, I guess. All right. So any other questions on homework 5? All right, homework 5, as well as the midterm, are on its way to you as we speak. All right. So
Homework
let's-
6,
What's that?
homework 6.
Homework 5. Homework 6, we haven't talked about yet. That's
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
you're a little bit ahead of me. All right. Homework 6 was after the midterm. Remember, we're at the halfway mark right now. You only have combustion, water treatment, and pumps. And you people are done. You second firemen are done anyway. So 6 more weeks and it's over. You don't have to put up with me no more. All right, the midterm. Same format, go around, call your name. Give me the correct answer. The object of the game here is to go all the way through without any wrong answers. All right. Are we ready? All right, let's start at the top with Charlie for question number 1.
All right. Which air tanks require inspection? C, all air tanks over 50 PSI require inspection every 2 years.
That is exactly right. Well, 1 for 1. Question number 2, Deverton.
Cross tees are used on water columns. For nope, B, cleaning and inspection.
Excellent, cleaning and inspection. Good job, Jesse, number 3.
Periodic attendance is required for boilers with, I know it's either A or B. I'm gonna go with B, 251 to 500 PSI.
You should have gone with A. 9 to 250. 251 to 500 is non-continuous. So periodic is 9 to 250. All right. Alexander, number 4.
How do we know a boiler has been inspected? D, the boiler has a valid certificate of inspection posted.
That's it. Martin, number 5.
A pigtail siphon is used on a pressure gauge to protect the Borden tube against live steam.
Excellent, excellent. That is correct. Jeff, number 6.
What is the area of a circle of 4 inches in diameter? D, 12.56 inches squared.
Yep, 12.56 square inches. Excellent. Tom Hunter, number 7.
Another name for an open feed water heater is C, the deaerator.
There you go. Excellent. C, the deaerator. Very good. All right. Mike Johnson, number 8.
A boiler is a blank vessel that transforms water into steam under pressure. It would be A, closed.
A closed vessel. Excellent. Number 9, Mike McEachern.
A pyrometer is used to measure C, atmospheric pressure.
That would be a barometer is used to measure atmospheric pressure.
I knew that.
All
Sorry, man.
right, think about it. Pyro. What's a pyromaniac?
High temperature, D.
D, high temperature, and it's pyrometer, not pyrometer. You don't
Is
want
that
to.
what I said? Really? I pronounced it that way, huh?
Yeah, rough day today.
Yeah, I went to Gloucester Public School, so.
No harm. All right, Stefan, how about number 10?
Which boiler type uses diagonal stays? Fire tube.
It is a fire tube. Very good. You seemed a little iffy there, but you got it right. Good. All right, Jason, number 11.
Where are the products of combustion in a water tube boiler? They are inside the tubes.
No,
Oh, that's fire.
Yeah.
They're, outside the tubes.
B, outside the tubes. Nice recovery.
I
All right,
tried.
Jonathan, number 12.
Which type of valve offers the most resistance to flow when fully open? Globe valve. D.
The glow valve, very good. Iabel, number 13.
What is the minimum size piping used on the water column drain? Is that D, 2.5?
No, minimum.
Oh, minimum, oh, 1. No, is it? Sorry, my bad.
It's actually, the correct answer is actually C, 3/4 of an inch.
Oh, shoot, okay.
I didn't think that was that important, but it's in the database and it has appeared on a couple of tests.
Okay.
We talked about this briefly. I told you the gauge glass drain would be 1/2 inch and the water column drain would be 3/4. So you'd know which was which. The bigger one would be the water column drain, but
You actually sent that one to us, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think I thought I seen that, okay.
all right. Danny, how about number 14?
Which type of boiler would have a dry pipe separator? A, fire tube.
Fire tube boiler is correct. All right. Ed Brazel, how about number 15?
The handle on a safety valve is used to manually test the safety valve.
Manually test the safety valve.
A.
Very good. Excellent. All right, Charles, back to you for 16.
What size is a handhole? A, 3x5.
No, that's an index card.
We're all doomed.
Yeah, it's actually
Okay.
B, 2 3/4 by 3.5. All right. All right, Devidan, how about 17?
Convert 212 degrees Fahrenheit to Celsius. Would be A, 0 degrees. No, it's wrong. It's C, 100 degrees Celsius.
C is correct. All right, good recovery there. Jesse, how about 18?
What type of heat can be measured with a thermometer? I want to say B, sensible heat.
B, sensible heat is correct. Alexander, 19.
Saturated steam is steam that is would it be C at a temperature below its boiling point?
No,
So saturated steam is steam that is at the same temperature as the water it was boiled from.
yep. And what's another way of saying that?
It's not one of the pressure ones, so it must be D at a temperature above set point.
No, at a temperature corresponding to its pressure. A.
Oh, okay.
All right. In fact, that is the definition of saturated steam. All right. Steam at a temperature corresponding to its pressure.
Okay.
And that's how they ask it on the state exam. Martin, how about number 20?
Number 20, adjustments of or repairs to a safety valve can be made by B, manufacturer authorized rep.
Manufacturer authorized rep. You're probably tired of hearing that one by now.
Yeah.
Jeff, number 21.
A vacuum is prevented in boilers by opening the B vent valve.
B, vent valve is correct. All right. Let's see, Tom Hunter, 22.
The safety valve on a boiler superheater is set where? B, it's the lowest set safety valve.
No. Oh, excuse me. Well, I didn't even see the question here. Oh, yeah. The lowest set safety valve. I stand corrected. You're right.
I was gonna say.
Very good. All right. 23, Mike Johnson.
The column of water 10 feet high exerts how much pressure at its base? Would it be 2.31 PSI D?
No. Remember, how much pressure does a column 1 foot high exert? 0.433.
Okay, so
So
it's 4.33.
4.33. However, you know, in your defense, you could have divided 10 by 2.31 and arrived at the same answer. So
okay,
I can see how, and that's how they set it up to confuse you. All right, Mike McEachern, how about 24?
What is the definition of a BTU? A, the amount of heat required to raise 1 pound of any substance 1 degree.
No, that's specific heat.
Okay.
What is it?
Then
It's B, the amount of heat required to raise 1 pound of water 1 degree.
thank you.
Oh, that's right, because we're talking about boilers.
And then, you know, again, those two answers are very close together, so you got to be careful. All right, Stefan, 25.
This device measures absolute pressure. A.
No. Yeah, the barometer.
Okay.
The barometer measures absolute pressure. Jason Pepper, 26.
What is the most important valve on a boiler? Safety valve.
There you go. That's a gimme.
Yep, that was easy.
Jonathan, 27.
Steam traps remove B, condensate and air, non-condensable gases from steam lines.
Excellent. That is correct. Iabel, number 28.
What type of valve goes between the safety valve and the boiler? That would be C, because it's not supposed to be anything.
Excellent. A valve is not permitted. Very good. All right. Danny Branco, number 29. You can read the question. I'll show you the rest of the answers.
Excessive deposits of ash on internal boiler surfaces have what effect? B, lower boiler efficiency.
Lower boiler efficiency. And as I mentioned, I think they've taken just about all the soot blower questions off the test. This is the only one that remains. Oh. Ed Brazel, number 30.
Let's see. You have a tank that holds, I think it says 2,310,000. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Inches cubed of water. How many gallons is that? And if I am correct, I'm trying to remember exactly off the top of my head. Or correctly, it's supposed to be either going to be out of water. Is it B?
Yeah, B, 10,000 gallons. All right, the key thing to remember, 1 gallon is 231 cubic inches. So you just divide that 2,310,000 by 231 and come up with 10,000. All right. They love that question. That's very common as a math question on the test. All right, Charlie, back to you for 31.
In an inverted bucket trap, as steam enters the trap, the bucket will B, rise.
B, rise is correct. Very good. Deverton, 32.
Name 2 types of soot blowers. It'd be A, tubular / regenerative.
Nope, those are air preheaters.
Oh, oh, no, it wouldn't be. I'm gonna go B, radiant convection.
Radiant and convection are types of superheaters. So you're narrowing it down pretty quick. The actual answer is D, stationary and retractable.
Okay.
Jesse Costa, 33.
The type of heat which causes a change of state without a change in temperature. So I know what this is. I was just thinking about it. It's like the freezer. So I want to say that's the latent heat.
It is the latent heat. Very good. All right, Alexander, how about 34?
What does ASME stand for?
American
B, American Society of Mechanical Engineers.
ASME, very good.
Uh,
Martin, how about 35?
In a thermostatic trap, when the bellows expands, the valve opens.
Does it?
I'm thinking, oh no, it closes.
Closes, very good. Very good. Jeff, number 36.
A certificate of inspection should be posted in the boiler room, engine room.
That is correct. Didn't even have to see all the answers. 37, Tom Hunter.
The best time to blow down a boiler is it A, anytime?
Yeah, some people might think so, but what they're looking for is C, low load, full pressure. All right. Low load, full pressure. All right, Mike Johnson. 38.
You blow down the water column when the boiler trips. You forgot to A, disable the low water cutout.
A, disable the low water cutout is correct. Mike McEachern, 39.
When is more than one safety valve required? Boilers with more than 500 of heating surface, C?
Yep, 500 square feet of heating surface. Good. That's it. All right, Stefan, 40.
The SME code requires a check valve between the blank and the the feed pump and boiler.
Feed
B.
pump. Yep, feed pump in the boiler. Good. All right, Jason, 41.
which of the following is not a type of steam trap? That's a centrifugal separator.
Very good. Very good. Centrifugal. And
What? I can't even see that.
yeah, centrifugal separator. I made
Wow, I'm
up.
an idiot.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right, Jonathan, how about 42?
How long can you operate without an engineer in charge? I think it's 7 days, D.
7 days is correct. Good.
Now,
Iabel,
what does that mean?
43.
can't even read.
Boiler operating at 100 PSI produces steam at 338 Fahrenheit. What is the water temperature? Shoot. I'm kind of stuck on this one.
All right. All right. Let me give you a clue.
Okay.
All boilers produce steam at the same temperature as the water from which it was generated. So if the steam is 338, what's the saturation temperature or the water boiling point?
Is that A?
No, it'd be B, 338.
330. Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry.
Actually, the Department of Fire Services told me that 90% of firemen answer A, because they know that to be the boiling point of water. However, as the pressure increases, so does the boiling point or the saturation temperature. So try not to be in that 90%.
I won't.
All right, Danny Branco, how about 44?
A room with the following dimensions: 8.5 feet times 10 feet times 7 feet. I need a calculator. I'm gonna guess C. I don't have a calculator.
Actually, the answer is B, 595 cubic feet. This one you can practically do in your head. 8.5 times 10 is 85.
Yep.
Times 7, 595. All right. That one appears on every second fireman's test. All right. All right, Ed Brazel, 45.
There is one safety valve on a boiler. What pressure is it set at? It's gonna be, if I'm mistaken, B, 3%
No.
above.
Oh,
If I'm thinking, then my other answer would probably be D, 6% above MAWP.
no, it's actually what they're looking for is C, at or below the MAWP. Remember that first rule, if there's one safety valve on the boiler, all right, it'll be at or below the MAWP.
Oh, okay.
All right, Charlie, 46.
2 approved blowdown valves are required on boilers operating at A at 100 PSI or above.
Excellent, excellent. Sounds like you were guessing there, but you nailed it.
Well, I guessed it right. That's what
There you
matters.
go. That's all that matters. All right. 47, Deviton.
47, the water column and gauge glass should be blown down at the start of every watch. B.
That is correct. Good. Jesse, 48.
Package boilers are programmed to yeah, I'm completely drawing a blank. I'm gonna it's A or B. So
Go with B.
B.
All right. And I want to give everybody a helpful tip here. All boilers light off in low fire. All right. And they should stay and remain in low fire until at which time the operator decides to increase the firing rate. All right. What's the first clue an operator has that the boiler is ready for you to increase the firing rate?
Steam coming out of the vent.
Excellent. Did everybody hear that? The boiler starts steaming. That tells you the water's boiling. You can put the pedal to the metal. At that point, most people put the boiler in automatic. And it'll go to high fire until it gets up to pressure, and then it will modulate. All right.
So what is it talking about with package boilers again? Is this its own separate category besides fire tube and water tube?
Yeah, generally speaking, a package boiler is a modern fire tube boiler that you find in most plants. All right. In other words, it's built in the factory and it's shipped in its entirety to you. It's small enough that you can put it on a truck. All right. But package boilers are exactly the same as every other boiler. Now think about it. Common sense would tell you that no boiler is going to light off in high fire. All right. All boilers have to purge before ignition. So that would rule out C, right? And automatically increases excess air. That doesn't make any sense at all. So you could eliminate those two answers right out of the gate. All right. So I think whoever answered this was thinking A or B anyway, pretty much narrowed it down, and B was the correct answer. So, all right, was that you, Jesse, that did that?
Yes, sir.
All right, Alexander, how about 49?
As boiler pressure increases, what happens to the saturation temperature? The separation temperature increases, C.
Saturation temperature increases. And Martin, you get number 50.
Number 50, a license is required to operate boilers greater than 15 PSI. At which horsepower is a license required? Boilers, I believe it's B, boilers more than 9 horsepower.
9 horsepower. Very good. That's the lowest category. All right. Remember, we talked about this. There's manufacturers building high pressure boilers of 8.9 horsepower. Guess which market those boilers are destined or designated for? The Massachusetts. All right. Because no license is required below 9 horsepower. All right. So I've actually been in plants that have boilers 8.9 boiler horsepower.
I look at 3 every day.
All right. Any questions on any of these?
Yeah, Tom, did you say 49 was C?
Yep. The saturation temperature increases as the boiler pressure increases.
All right, thank you.
Any others? Anybody need an explanation on any of these? Now, this one is typical. There's 5 or 6 math questions. All right. None of the math, in my opinion, requires a calculator. They will tell you, don't bring a calculator, but I'm telling you, you can bring one if it makes you feel better. The only thing they ask is that you show it to them when you walk in. All right. Say, this is my calculator. All right. They want to just make sure that it's not programmable. You can't store all your notes in there. All right. Everybody gets that, right? Don't try to bring in a laptop, call it a calculator. Try to leave your cell phone in the car. If your cell phone goes off, you'll be banished from the test.
Tom, is there a time limit on the exam?
4 hours.
4 hours. Okay.
If it takes you more than 1 hour to do 50 multiple choice questions, all right,
Yeah, gotcha.
something's wrong. All right. And
Yeah.
that 1 hour would be if you went over it 3 times and checked every answer. All right. Now, one little note, if anybody's ever taken an SAT or any of those tests that are typically corrected by a machine where you fill in the dot for the correct answer, all right, try to avoid skipping a question and then coming back to it. All right, because if you lose your place on the answer sheet, all right, it can screw the whole test up. All right. All right. So if you get stuck on one, read it again, use common sense, eliminate at least 2 of the answers. All right. And then go with your best guess and move on to the next question. All right. Try to do them in order. All right. Now, that being said, a lot of people tell me they're confident if they read all the questions first. All right. Gets their mind going. And then they go back to number 1, start banging them out. So you've all taken tests before. I don't know what works best for you, but try to avoid skipping it and thinking about coming back to it. All right. Yeah, they give you 4 hours. If you're still there after 4 hours, there'll be 4 pissed off inspectors. Because when you're done, they get to go home.
So how does the oral exam work? Do you take it right after the written?
Nope. What happens is you'll take the written on, say, Wednesday, December 28th, and usually Friday or Saturday, you'll get an email from the inspector.
Okay.
Right? Some people get a direct phone call. All right. When they set down the answer sheet in front of you, they'll ask you to put your name, your email, and the best phone number to reach you. For most people, that's their cell number. All right. And depending on the inspector, he'll either call you or email telling you you passed. If he calls you, he'll try to set up the oral on that phone call. All right. He'll say to you, how's it look next Friday? How's it look for you? And you say yes or no. And you guys hash out a date and you agree when to go for the oral. All right.
Okay.
Hey, question. You mentioned something that like the questions that we get wrong are probably going to be the ones that he asked us. Are we going to have access to our corrected test sheet?
He will. You won't. All right. But that
Oh, yeah.
works on a human characteristic that if you screw up a question or 2 or 3 on the written test, they tend to stick in your mind. All right. All right. Historically, people look up the answers for the ones they got wrong once they leave the test. So keep that in mind. So any questions that you were shaky on, make sure you look them up before you go for the oral. Does that make sense? Yeah. You know, a lot of people tell me a strategy that they use is deliberately tank a couple of questions. All right. Thinking that way there, you can direct him, the inspector, to ask you those questions during the oral. I think it's a ballsy move, but people have assured me that it works. All right. I'm against that. I like to do as best as I can on the written. However, I got to tell you, if you get 100 on the written, then the inspector has nothing to beat you up on. All right. And a lot of people find that more dangerous than anything because now he has free range to ask you anything. All right. So think about it anyway. Danny, you're out there, right?
Yep, right here.
You took the second fireman's test, right?
Yes.
How, you know, what did he ask you on the oral? Was it related to your written?
Mostly, yeah, based on the questions I was wrong.
Okay. Okay. And did you know leaving the written, which ones were shaky for you?
Oh, yeah. When I took it, it was still the essay questions, the 20 essay questions.
Yep.
So yeah, when I walked out of there, I knew exactly which ones I was shaky on.
Okay, good, good. Yeah, the idea is this: do the best you can on the written, and the best way I told you to prepare for the written is study the quizzes, the midterm, and the final exam. All the test questions are going to be there. For the oral, you're going to have to study the homeworks because unlike the written, you can't give a letter answer. You know, in other words, when the inspector says to you, how do you blow down a boiler? I hope you don't say C. All right. You know, all right. Because he's going to be looking for the procedure. He's going to be looking for a conversation from you. All right. So the oral's different in that respect, and that you're talking the stuff. All right. I think the multiple choice is the easier, And I don't really suspect anybody will have any problem with it, but that's me, obviously. But if you look through those oral exams I sent you, some people are in and out of there in 10 minutes. All right. So it's kind of the luck of the draw, what kind of day the inspector's having. The good thing for you guys, it's holiday season. You're going to be right around New Year's Eve, right? When you get the oral, everybody in the state government is happy around that time. So good as time as any to take the test, I guess is the point. Any other questions? So everybody, oh, go ahead.
I saw some of the jobs also want a wastewater permit. Is that process similar to what we're doing here?
Yeah, the entry-level wastewater license is what they call a grade 2. It's a multiple choice test, 50 questions. So it's almost identical to what you're going through now.
Okay.
Many people feel that they don't even need to take the course, but there's more math on it. All right, so people like to brush up on it. Again, the course is, I think it's 3 months. All right. My advice is this: get a job as a second fireman. If the company wants you to get the grade 2 wastewater license, they'll pay for the school.
Got it.
Anytime you can get someone else to pay for anything is a good deal in my book. All right. So,
yep.
I mean, I'm not a rocket scientist, but I'd rather somebody else paid than me. And a lot of companies do. They do pH adjustment on the boiler blowdown before they discharge it to the sewer. And to do that, you are adding acid to the water, and you do have to have some training. All right. And that requires that entry-level grade 2 wastewater license. Pretty easy to get, though. Very easy to get.
Thank you.
I think it goes as high as grade 6. And there's combos that are both municipal.
Seven, right?
What's
I
that?
thought it was a 7. Isn't it
Yeah, it might be a 7. Yep, could be a 7. I know I worked at General Motors, the car factory in Framingham, and they took water that had paint and metal in it and everything else. And I thought that was a grade 6 plant, but it might have been a 7. It was something like that. So I know the top person there had a pretty high license in that field. But they were doing a lot of stuff to the water to clean it up. Most boiler rooms don't do that level of water treatment.
We do a lot of water treatment.
Yeah, I bet you do. Yeah. What level is that plant?
We're a 4M.
Yeah. Yeah, 4M is what the paper mill that I'm at now is. And yeah. They deal with a lot of pulp and they take water
There
out
are
of
a lot of wastewater there.
What's that?
That field's really hurt. That field's hurting more than boiler.
Yeah, there's a ton of jobs in the wastewater business. And the same thing as the boiler business, it's an aging workforce. Everybody's getting old and no young people are coming in, so.
Hey, Tom, I was looking at the review questions. Under the math section.
Yeah.
I know it's not numbered, but it says to convert 102, and then the answer is 212.
Yep.
But I'm not sure to what exactly.
It sounds like I'm asking you to convert 100 Celsius to degrees Fahrenheit. And I
Okay.
think that's, well, that's not the one I want. Let me just find it so we can make sure we're talking
Yeah.
apples to apples here. I think you're talking about the one at the bottom of the page that says convert 100 degrees Fahrenheit to degrees Celsius.
I don't have that. I think I have something different. Because mine doesn't say that. It just says 2 and then there's no degree Fahrenheit there.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. The symbols, degrees Fahrenheit, degrees Celsius. You have
Right.
an older version of Word. All right. So the worksheet that I'm using has the most up-to-date version of it. So you need an updated version to print those symbols. That's all. All right, not a
Right.
big crisis.
Yeah, because I when I looked at it, I'm like, wait, something's missing. Because I
Yeah.
don't know what to convert it to, but the answer is there. So
Yep. So yeah, you can see on this one, the next one says convert 32 degrees Fahrenheit to degrees Celsius. And the answer is 0 degrees Celsius. All
right, right.
Yeah. So you probably didn't get any of those symbols.
No.
It all has to do with the level, the addition, I guess, or the version of Word. You might be using an older version.
Okay.
Did anybody else have that problem or? But again, yeah, just looking at this review thing, if you can do all these questions, you'll pass the written. All right, so that's nice to know. And then again, once you take the written, the advantage you have is that your inspector will contact you to set up the oral, and then you'll look at the oral exams that I sent you, find that inspector and see which questions he has to ask other candidates. Does everybody understand that?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That's
They're
profile.
pretty consistent in the questions they ask. All right. All right, before I go, did everybody get the midterm and the answers to homework 5?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Hey, Tom, sorry, this PDF, could you send it to me? Because what you sent to me was a Word document, and then I think some other stuff may not be on that Word document that you sent.
Okay, I can send you this PDF file.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
But
Appreciate
same
that.
thing, you got to have the latest version of PowerPoint.
Okay.
All right. But I can do that.
Thank you.
Anybody else have any questions before I let you go? All right, get the midterm done. If anybody has any problems, I'll be online on Wednesday night for the first hour. You want to talk to me about anything or you have any issues? See me then.
Awesome.
Other than that, have a good night.
You
guys well.
too.
Take care.
All right.
Thank you. Good
Good night.
night.
What is happening?
As far as,
I'm
Hey, Tom.
Yep.
I don't know if you ever got a chance to look at those other questions I asked you,
Yep.
unrelated.
I haven't answered them yet. I've been kind of busy, but
Okay. Yeah, no rush.
I can talk about them right now if you want.
No, I'm just trying to bring them up.
Yeah, That first question, what is an intercondenser equipped with to ensure that the valve is sealed? Water.
Yep. Oh,
That's the answer, water. All right.
yeah.
Stand by a second. I'll show you exactly what they're talking about. All right. What they're looking at is the loop seal. I don't know if you've heard that term or you remember that from your days at the bigger plant that you worked at.
No, I can't say that I do.
Okay. All right. You worked at a plant that had a condenser, right?
Yep.
All right. In the condenser, all right, is what they call a steam jet air rejector. All right. It maintains the vacuum in the condenser. All right. What happens is that steam goes to an intercondenser. All right. And what happens is I want to return that condensate to the hot well in the condenser. My problem is the pressure at the inner condenser is lower than the pressure in the hot well. So what I need is what they call a loop seal. All right. A standing leg of water. All right. So as water builds up in that column, the weight of the water forces the water into the hot well. All right. So that's, but we're going to go over this before the end of the class anyway with the thirds. So,
Right.
all right. So, but that's what they're talking about.
Yeah,
All right.
because I mean, I've been doing my own studying towards the third engineers, but yeah, I'm running into a point where I'm coming across some questions that
Yeah.
they're
And then the question, when taking a chief position in the boiler room, what would you do beforehand? All right. Notify the DFS, all right, within 7 days of taking any position, all right, as the engineer in charge. All right, that's what they're looking for there. And then if you became the chief engineer, what would your responsibilities be? We covered that when we talked about chapter 146, specifically the CMRs. What they're asking you is this. Hold on a second here. 2.02, which you have a copy of. All right. The engineer in charge is the actual authority for the operation, maintenance, and repair of the boilers. All right. So that's what they're looking for.
I was actually reading that today.
And that's the answer to that third question you asked. All right. And all they need is that top line, operation, maintenance, and repair. All right.
All right.
And remember, when they get you in the oral, they might say, all right, what else are your responsibilities, right? They're telling you should make daily visits to the plant. All right. And you can do that on a Monday through Friday basis. All right. They probably want you to mention that you'll sign the engineer in charge logbook every day. And all it's just saying there is that you reviewed the operator's logbook. All right. Theoretically, if they have any bitches or complaints, they'll put it in the operator's logbook and you're expected to read it there and act on it, you know.
All right. Yeah.
So yeah, I hadn't got around to it, but that's what they're looking for. And we'll cover that condenser issue anyway. And you're not going for the test anytime soon, right? You're gonna wait till
Oh,
January.
yeah, I'm gonna wait. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I didn't see any urgency in getting on that this weekend, so.
Right, yeah. I mean, I signed up for this class, so yeah, I'm not planning on going to the test until
Right.
I complete
Now,
it.
I'm not sure, I haven't looked through my email, but did I send you guys those PowerPoint things yet for the thirds?
I believe so.
Okay. All right. They look something like this. Let me get this out of the way. Yeah, first fireman, third engineer, continuation, class 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you remember getting these?
No, 1 second, let me
Okay.
double check.
All right. Yeah, I'll do that. Usually I do that right around the midterm, so I'll get that done.
Yeah, I
But
think,
yeah.
I think the only third class related thing I got was the tests.
Yeah,
sample
state
test.
exams. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll make a point of getting these out at the end of the week or so.
All right.
Yeah, because you guys got to do 6 classes beyond what the firemen do.
Yep.
And so we got a lot of stuff to cover in those 6 weeks, those 3 weeks, I mean.
Is
So
that
I'll send those out soon.
Is that around the time you recommend for us to submit our applications?
Your application should go in anytime after December 1st. So you should mail it in December, so you'll be in the January test. I think you and I wrap up the 3rd week in January.
Yeah.
So that would be the optimum time, right around the end of January.
Okay.
They haven't put the dates out yet. They should do it this month or next month. 2023 dates for the state exams. It's always the last Wednesday of the month, but who knows? They could change it next year, you know. I don't think they will, but yeah.
All right, that sounds good.
All right.
All right, thanks, Tom.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
Bye.